First and foremost, I'm excited for the month of December. We were off yesterday, and practice will be elite. It will be physical. It will be tough because that's where my team is. As happy as I am for 7-1, there's another level that we need to reach, not only for my team, but I am challenging my fan base right now. Again, you got a team that's 7-1 who is prideful to wear this uniform, that is prideful to attend this university, and we're going to be on national television on SEC Network this Thursday at 6 o'clock for the SEC versus ACC Challenge. So let's do our part, all right? So let's sell out the bottom bowl, and I promise you today I'm doing my part to make sure we improve some things that my team needs to do as we continue to progress through the season, but most importantly play a Pitt team that's going to want to represent the SEC.
You're a very positive guy, usually. I've noticed a little something different about you. You've been a little more critical or pushing a little more about this team. Is it because you see the potential in it, or what's kind of your mindset on that?
Yeah, 100%. You know, it's today's society, right? I think that you learn over the years, you become wiser, you become smarter, right? There's nothing guaranteed with today's portal. I got 9 months. So I've got to step in the microwave, and we got to turn this thing up, right? We're going to celebrate success, but things that we're not, it's my job and my responsibility to address it and change it quick. But also, like I said, practice is going to be intense today. We got to compete. We can't be comfortable. We got to fight for starters time. We got to fight for roles. When you have that, you'll have harder competition, and then there'll be certain things that I notice on film that we've got to get better at right now. Are we winning? We are. But I understand what's coming down the gauntlet, especially this Thursday, that if I don't address it and punch it in the face, it's going to punch us. And I don't want to have a bad loss that we look at the end of the year and say, damn, we should have done better. So that's what I'm trying to focus on right now.
Yeah, just a month into the season, how do you just feel about the development of the team right now and where you guys are?
Yeah, so there's a lot of positives, right? One, you got to find a way to win. You look at, again, I keep on saying, trying to educate you all and our fan base. Davidson was a big win, right? You look what happened at Thanksgiving. They went and played Baylor, who's number 7 team in the country, and took them to overtime. They should have beat them, right? They should have beat Miami, who I think's still undefeated. They might have 1 loss. They only lost by 6. So for us to take care of them at home, that's a huge win that'll come back later. MTSU is a huge win, right? They're a team that knocks off Power 4 teams every year. They have a winning history, and so for us to handle them well was huge. And then you look at Texas Tech and our 1 loss. Obviously, you give a lot of credit for them because they won the game, but that's just a game we could have won. But they're still undefeated. They're playing well. They're kicking butt. So you want to reflect on, okay, who do we play and how we played? All right, so I'm happy with some of those wins. But like I said, my goals are not just to be average, it's to be great. And so that's where I'm trying to focus my team on right now. Our rebounding is god-awful. All right, it's fake numbers, right? Favor's phenomenal, but we're not hitting bodies, right? Today we'll be hitting bodies, all right? There's some other moments that we've got to be clear on strengths and weaknesses, right? There's turnovers that we can eliminate. You're not going to totally go zero. These teams that we're playing right now, I think college basketball has changed, and women's basketball especially because of what's happened in the portal. People like these lower-level teams that we're playing are losing their bigs because they're getting bought out. So you're seeing more run and jumps, chaotic basketball because that's the only way these teams can win. So turnover is going to occur because teams are committed to that style of play for 40 minutes. But then there's some other things that when we have certain breaks, some kids can bring up the floor, some can't. Some need to understand they need to make the pass. Some kids need, like Destiny, needs to take on a stronger role of enforcing shots. Like when she's going without having her number called, we're a different team. So those are just a few examples that I've got to do to help my team understand. Yes, celebrate the past, but we got another level we got to reach in December.
What have you seen from this Pitt team, and how can they challenge you guys this Thursday?
Yeah, I just think they're a multiple defensive team. Again, they play in the SEC. You look at their records last year against the top teams. They're committing to muck it up and make it ugly. They'll delay you with a 2-2-1. They can mix it up with a 1-2-2. They'll go back into a great 2-3 zone and hope you're stagnant and shoot quick shots and don't rebound. And then on misses, they'll play man. So you're not going to get a consistent flow, which if you look at our first games of the year in November, I'm excited because besides maybe MTSU, I don't think we've played anybody who's just played one way. You've had to think and process the game. So that's what this game will be. And again, that's why I'm challenging our fan base right now. I need you, right? December's a time for finals are coming up right now. Kids are trying to finish class, right? There's the human element of weather changing and all those variables. But like I've said, when I've taken this job, I'll take anybody in the world here at the Hump with a packed out lower bowl. And that's what I'm asking our fan base to do is give us that lift, because most of the times in the last 3 years I haven't played at home in December. And now you got a chance to watch a team that's getting better right in front of your eyes, a group of seniors who are on their third school who came here for the passion and energy for women's basketball, and then a great freshman class that I think is really playing well at this time.
And kind of adding to that, I mean, having that level of support and, you know, maybe the SEC environment on a Thursday night against a big Power 4 team.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does that help you deliver, you know, not just in game and, you know, the X's and O's trying to win and, you know, and dominate an opponent, but also deliver on promises to the players that come to this program and, you know, have been sold on that sort of atmosphere to play in front of.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm challenging right now with you all in the media is, again, just to your point, it's my responsibility to put a winning product on the floor. It's my responsibility to challenge us when we need to be challenged, right? But obviously my team understands too, if I challenge, we got to do our part. And I'm never promising wins. I want to make sure I clarify that. I'm promising you're going to get a team that plays hard, right? And like I've said, though, if we play hard and take care of what we're going to do, then winning usually takes care of itself. And so that's what we're focused on. I've got a great group here, a great focus on retainment. I've talked to you all about the 2 young ladies that we've signed and then where our vision of this is going. So, again, we want to be one of those upper SEC programs, but in order to do that, you got to win games like this and the ACC-SEC Challenge to make your mark, and that's what I love about this game. Will this game defy your season? No, but it's a statement on SEC Network at home, all right, against a hungry Pitt team that they're also a lot of new players that they're trying to get better. They're 6-and-floor with a winning program. Their coach does a great job. So let's lace it up and be ready for a great war.
You talked about on Sunday how you had a bad practice leading into the game, and even today talking or emphasizing needing a good practice. What do you define or what do you look for to determine if it's a good practice or what's a good
competitive spirit? Right. I think what I've told you all that's been happening, and me being blunt about this, is lack of focus. Right. Have we been playing some outstanding basketball at times? You better believe it. First quarters I've mentioned, and 3 of our last 4 games have been unbelievable. But then just the lack of focus, and even last night or the other night in the game, they ran one play 4 times. They got us 3 out of 4 times. That's lack of focus. You're going to get us once. But if a dialed-in team, you shouldn't be able to get us 2 or 3 more times. And those are the messaging that I bring in my team. And I'm going to tell them, again, it's happening because it's happening in practice. So that's why you hear a tone by me right now is practice has got to turn up. Practice has got to – we got to get more competition, and we can't get comfortable because that's human element, all right? If we're allowing this to happen, it starts with me. I've got to make sure I clean some of this stuff up so an L doesn't come on our resume.
Sanaa obviously missed the first few games and kind of working her way back in there.
Yeah.
Do you feel like she's pretty close to 100% and being all the way back? And whenever she is there, what does she add to the team, to the mix?
Yeah, I don't know if you'll ever become 100% maybe till Christmas with a high ankle sprain. Those things are just, I don't know if anybody's ever had one. Those are god-awful. They're like the worst ones. Like you would just like a tweak, but a high ankle sprain is terrible. So there's still that. She's an explosive kid, quick twitch fiber kid that I think by Christmas she probably would be 100%. But what I've tried to help her, especially a kid who was player of the year in their conference prior to coming here, is have an outside lens, right? Sports are a funny thing. The ultimate goal is to what? Win, right? But within that, that's what I'm trying to help her right now. Would she love to be having more points and more rebounds? Heck yeah. But your team is 7-1, and you're playing 20 minutes a game. So let's have a perspective that, you know what, I'm a part of the solution, right? And then what I talked to her about, too, is how have these teams been playing, right? The beauty of the media and social media is so stat-driven. It's so individual-based. I'm not saying she's this way. I'm finding society. I'm speaking like you hear all these coaches speak on. Again, if I can keep young women focused on winning, but then also self-reflecting on who have we played and how they've played us. Sanaya King and Trey do not get enough credit because we've played more run and jump teams. And just like we're about to play Thursday, a press team that's going to take the pressure of my point guard in the backcourt to make the right plays so that when they get off the ball in the front court, everybody else gets to eat for the 2-on-1 assist or the shot. And what sucks for them is they had to do all the hard work, and it gets no love in the stat sheet, but yet I'm trying to help them understand you're doing nothing wrong because what you're doing is helping us win. So to your question with Sanaya, that's why I'm trying to help her get that lens. Will there be a game coming up that we'll see probably 10 points or 15 points? Heck yeah. But right now, Sanaya, all right, you and Trey are special for me right now. Trey can flat out shoot it. She's the poise and calmness. Sanaya, you're my bulldog. You change the game when you get in there because you can flat out D up, you can get to the rim, and to have the luxury as a head coach to have 2 point guards that can flat out make plays. I couldn't be more excited for both of them right now.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Yep, see y'all.